Ugh, God, my head. What the hell just... My wallet. Someone stole my damn wallet. Great. I'm penniless and stuck in some gothic funhouse. Unless this is a dream. Nope. My brain feels like it was stabbed by a hobo. It's gotta be real.
Sequence is a game in a genre I generally do not play, because it usually results in innocent bystanders getting injured in my desperate attempts to stomp the correct arrow pattern for the song at hand, or flailing around like a madman making a poor attempt at playing the air guitar. Actually, the only reason I picked up Sequence was because it was involved in a contest, and even then, when it was 75% off, I was very, very hesitant. I mean, right in the description it clearly states it's a rhythm RPG mashup, and I thought, how could that possibly work? Well, this is one of those rare instances where I was wrong, and glad to be so, because Sequence is truly an excellent game. You take on the role of Kai, who wakes up in the mysterious tower with absolutely no idea how he got there. You are helped in your attempt to escape by your shepherd, Naya. Naya provides you with information, such as explaining the mechanics of the tower, providing useful items that I'll cover later in the review, and plenty of back and forth dialogue with Kai, which is just one way in which the incredible amount of humor in this game comes to light.
You steal my wallet?
Yeah, I stole your wallet for drug money and then decided to confess my sins via intercom. Wait, hold on, I have to do this bump of cocaine.
From Naya, you learn that the tower consists of 7 levels, each with a guardian at the end. If you want to escape, you will have to fight your way past them all. This is where the rhythm portion of the game comes in. When a battle begins, 3 fields pop up on the center of the screen: spell, defensive, and mana. While off to each side, you will see your character and current health, and the time remaining in the fight, as well as your enemy's portrait and its health. Below center is your spell wheel and current mana. The important thing, however, are those fields, because that is how you will fight and defend yourself. Arrows will start to rain down on their respective fields in the tempo of the current song, and you will play it just like any other rhythm game. When they get to the bottom, hit the corresponding key. You can only have one field active at a time though, so you'll need to switch your focus depending on what's going on. If your enemy is attacking, you will have arrows you must stop in the defensive field. Everyone that gets through deals some damage, with arrows of various colors to denote the severity of the hit you'll take if you fail to stop it. The spell field only has arrows when you are casting a spell from your spell wheel, all of which require mana. There are various types of spells, from direct damage to damage over time, to direct healing spells to siphons that steal some enemy health and give it to you. Then there are other spells that reduce the amount of incoming damage or make your next spell more effective. The more powerful the spell, the harder it is to successfully cast, which is particularly the case with some of the ones you'll learn late in the game, because that requires not missing a single arrow in the spell field. Get distracted and miss an arrow, or attempt to switch fields quickly to stop that high incoming damage but fail to make it back to the spell field in time, or just not realize that some spells take a long time, though only a few notes, to cast, and you just threw away your mana and a spell's cooldown. You should be able to figure out what the mana field is for by now, but in case you haven't, it's for regenerating mana, and it always has arrows in it. And yes, it is mana and not mana. The game, and its particularly well-written story and humor, makes that abundantly clear.
This is the only way to regain that mana in battle.
And it's pronounced mana.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many people get that wrong.
Fighting makes up only a portion of this game, though one which you will be engaged in most of the time. You'll have several reasons to fight, and those are found in the RPG aspects of the game. The first and foremost is for experience, because you're going to want lots of it. Not only does experience function in the traditional manner, allowing you to level up and increasing your base stats, but you also need experience when you want to craft items, and there is plenty of that too. Upon unlocking each successive level of the tower, you will head to the safe room, the place where you spend time between battles. It is here that your shepherd will give you several recipes. These recipes require the items dropped by the 3 enemies on each level, with each enemy dropping a total of 3 items, but at various rates of rarity. Once you collect the correct items, you'll be able to craft something. Weapons, armor, or the key to unlock the boss fight for that level. You know, typical stuff. What's more unusual, however, is how you craft an item, called synthing. To synth an item, you must part with some XP. You can adjust how much you're willing to part with, but doing so changes your chances of success. Should you wish to increase your odds, up to 95%, you will pay substantially more XP, to the point that you could lose several levels for a particularly difficult item. If you'd rather take the risk, you can lower the odds of success, but save some XP. It's up to you, but don't think that just because you're sacrificing a huge amount of XP to get up to the 95%, that you're immune from failure, and that 5% does seem to come around more often than not. The reverse of synthing an item is to desynth it, converting something into pure XP. This is good for inventory management, but more importantly, allows you to destroy some unneeded ingredients, which you will end up with plenty of if you attempt to craft at least a majority of the items in the game. Which you will, because those weapons and armor impact your offensive and defensive stats, those keys are needed to advance, and there are other items you'll want to make as well, such as the scrolls that are used to teach you new spells. Though, to be fair, spells are a bit of a double whammy, because after you craft the scroll, you still need to complete the challenge to actually learn the spell, such as keeping up a perfect combo or maintaining a high level of accuracy for a particular song. Of course, that costs some XP as well. Unfortunately, to make all these items, which includes building up the XP reserves you'll need, you'll find yourself fighting the same 3 enemies the floor has to offer again and again, just waiting for that last item to drop so you can finally have that strange collection of materials you need to make the key to get out of there.
Hey, you did it.
Yeah, huh. How are these ingredients mixing like this anyway? There's no catalyst, no casting mold, no...
Hey, look, it's the keyhole. Go insert your new key, you handsome young man, you.
Young man? How old are you?
24.
You're the same age I am.
What are you getting at here? If you say 24 isn't young, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Through the intercom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Well, he looks interesting.
While Sequence consists of an interesting crafting system, beautiful art, and a great, albeit small, selection of music, it's the story where the game really shines. As you watch the relationship between Kai and Nai develop beyond that of shepherd and man fighting for his life, as you encounter guardians, all of which have unique personalities that are interesting, and as you uncover the true purpose of the tower, you can't help but be impressed by the story put forth in this game. The game itself is good, but it's the story that takes it to another level, and the quality of the voice acting, which covers every line in the game, continues that trend.
Well, in any case, to the 3rd floor, you're doing well. According to these statistics, 37% of test subjects are dead by this point.
Well, I'm getting the hang of this, I think.
Good, because it gets harder.
That's what she...
No, Kai. You're better than that.
After playing Sequence, which required about 11 hours for a 100% complete on easy for those musically challenged, because I'm honest about my lack of ability in this genre, I couldn't help but feel I paid far too little for this game. Given that, I would recommend you buy it now at the full $5 price, and only then because it does not cost more, because this game is a 10 out of 10.